Firstly, to avoid scratches on the display from the keyboard rubbing against the screen, I would absolutely recommend sandwiching a large microfiber cloth like this one every time you need to put your laptop inside your bag.
Okay, so please don't actually do this. So something you'll notice...
I can't believe that this was my most controversial video because it really shouldn't be. But let me just say right now that wedging a large microfiber cloth in between your MacBook screen and palm rest will not damage your laptop. It's been common knowledge for the past 10 years at least, going back all the way to the original Retina MacBook Pro, that the tolerance between the screen and the metal palm rest and keyboard is indeed very shallow. So any pressure from being squeezed into a bag can actually push the screen into making direct contact with the metal, creating micro scratches that build up over time. I mean, for example, this is my everyday carry bag. And yet, if we were to put the MacBook Pro in, it indeed is very tight in here. As you can see, a lot of pressure can be exerted onto the screen. Look at all of these forum posts talking about this very issue. And then we've also got this comment over here saying, unfortunately, as a past laptop repair technician, I saw more key imprints and scratches from raised worn out keys than anything. And you want further evidence? Well, let's look at some of my old MacBook Pros. This is my 15 from 2016, I believe. And as we can see here, there are just so many scratches, not only from the keyboard, but also the raised metal area around the trackpad. You can literally see the imprint of the trackpad on the display. And let's look at another laptop over here. We've got a slightly newer 16-inch MacBook Pro over here, and we've got the same issue. We have an outline of the trackpad on the screen, and we can also start seeing the keys being imprinted onto the laptop screen itself. This is definitely not pretty nor desirable, and unfortunately I had just assumed with my new MacBook Pro that's only a couple of months old now that Apple had solved the issue, and unfortunately not. As we can see here, the imprint of the keyboard and trackpad is already being exhibited on the screen. So if you're in this situation, you've got two possible solutions. Either you can do what a lot of people are suggesting and just don't squeeze your laptop into a tight bag, but that sort of defeats the entire purpose of a MacBook. Alternatively, you can choose to protect your screen. So during packaging, Apple likes to use either a thin piece of foam or paper, but other people have also used a full sheet of paper, tissues, or like me, a microfiber cloth because they look a little bit nicer than a discarded tissue. And there are actually several companies that make these specifically for MacBooks. And using one of these products basically means that instead of your screen grinding against bare metal and plastic while in your bag, scratching the screen, it can just grind against a soft microfiber cloth instead. And now before you mention it, this is not the same thing as a small hard webcam cover that cracks people's displays. And also it's not the same thing as using a silicone keyboard cover because that just exaggerates the issue. A cloth has worked for me time and time again because it prevents the damage from getting any worse. Yes, I do lose these ridiculously expensive cloths all the time, and it's also super annoying to use, but what it absolutely won't do is cause your screen any further damage from being squeezed inside your bag. That should definitely not be controversial. Davis out.